motion, screaming out while I crash out. Digital screen but no one's watching. Play pretend, start your own drama. Clickbait, thirst trap but no comments. You think you've got it figured out. You think you're so clever. You crack under pressure, can't be put back together. Pay for likes by the hour. No rose wilting flowers now that you've been exposed. You think you're so clever. You crack under pressure, can't be put back together. Pay for likes by the hour. No rose wilting flowers now that you've been exposed. When did we make it so cold? The air is too thick to breathe. I wonder when you're coming home at 4:05. Just where have you been? I can tell from your breath that you've been drinking. Lying seems so easy to you. Just wanna know what you're thinking. Nothing comes easy when it comes to you. You said you wanted to know me, but did you even try? All you do is find new ways to hurt me. You just wanna act like it's fine, but it's not alright. You just act like it's fine. Oh no, it's not alright. It's not alright. It's not alright. Remember all those good times? Was it all just a scene? Now all we do is put out the fires. It's not how we used to be. I can sit here and talk about the memories, but I guess that's not what you wanna do. So I just wanna know what you're thinking, 'cause nothing comes easy when it comes to you. You said you wanted to know me, but did you even try? 'Cause all you do is find new ways to hurt me, when you just wanna act like it's fine, but it's not alright. It's not alright. When did we make it so cold? The air is too thick to breathe. You remember all those good times? Was it all just a scene? You said you wanted to know me, but did you even try? 'Cause all you do is find new ways to hurt me, when you just wanna act like it's fine, but it's not alright. It's not alright. No, it's not alright. steeple on the hill. You're bringing out your bread and wine. I'm laying at your altar. I can be your sacrifice. You gotta love religion. You gotta love religion. Love religion. Rattlesnakes. Are you not afraid of the bite? Dancing around the fire, you got me speaking in tongues through the night.
10-game slide. The Nets win the opening tip, and we are underway from the Motor City. Nolan Traore has it on the left sideline, bouncing with the left hand, takes into the blue paint, kicks for a wide open Noah Clowney. Three-pointer no good, but Claxton pulls down the offensive rebound. The reset for the Nets as Porter gets for Clowney, launches another three. This one is way off the mark. So two good looks for Clowney and two misses. And here comes Marcus Sasser as the Pistons will move it left to right in this first half. Sasser up the near sideline, guarded out there by Porter. On top for Tobias Harris. Swings it for Danish Jenkins. He takes a look at the hoop. Now he drives at the hoop, scoops it up, and missed a wide open layup. He is really struggling lately. Danish Jenkins had 18 in the first matchup against the Nets back on February 1st, but since then he has gone into a slump. Traore threw a pass that had to be chased down by Claxton, but he couldn't keep it in bounds, threw it away in the backcourt for the Pistons as Harris sets up for a three. Side rim no good, and the rebound tapped out to midcourt where it is Terrence Mann. Brings it into the front court, scoreless game. Here is Porter into the lane now, fades back, shoots, and misses. So neither team finding the range early in this game. We're scoreless, almost a minute and a half gone by. Durant right down the lane, left-handed layup no good, but Harris there in the putback, and those are the first two. They belong to the Long Island native Tobias Harris. Traore out of the backcourt. Gives up for Porter Jr. Traore flips the pass for Claxton. Claxton angled left. Hands off for Porter. Launches a three. Hits it, and he was fouled. Fouled by a perplexed Duncan Robinson. But it'll be a possible 4-point play for the Nets. As Porter Jr. will go to the line to shoot the free throw. Crowd getting a look at the replay. You hear them react as they didn't think that Porter was hit in the act of shooting the three, which went through, and so did the free throw. So the Nets have the 4-2 lead just underway from Detroit. Marcus Sasser brings it up, hands it off for Harris, standing right in front of his head coach, J.B. Bickerstaff. The one bounce goes to midcourt. That is Jenkins. He is peering over Claxton. As Claxton came out, now they swing it for Sasser, and the three is good. Marcus Sasser gives the Pistons the 1-point lead. Marcus Sasser, third year out at Houston, getting the start tonight. With Cunningham out of the lineup. Here's Clowney driving, has a shot blocked by Duren. Then the whistle blew, and they're going to get a late foul on this one. Duren came up with the block, and then the ball went out of bounds. Not a foul, so count the block for Duren. The ball went out of bounds, and it will belong to the Nets. With 11 to shoot, just underway here in the first quarter from Detroit. Nolan Traore will get the ball from Benia Maru. And with 11 to shoot, here's the inbounds for Porter. Nice pump fake, and there's the three. And he swishes it home. Michael Porter Jr. has the first 7 for the Nets, who lead it 7-5. Porter did not play back on February 1st here in Detroit for personal reasons, and he has the first 7 for Brooklyn as Harris has it left of the lane, takes to the foul line, ball hooked loose, turned over, man knocked it loose. Porter comes away with it, gives it back to Man, drives the baseline, sealed off by Robinson. Man into the lane, trying to put the shot up, and then he drew the contact, and it's going to be a foul on Duncan Robinson. So Robinson has 2 fast personal fouls. This is the team without Cunningham, without Thompson, and now Robinson in early foul trouble as Man gets ready to go to the line to shoot a pair. And Man makes the first free throw. Terrence Mann coming off a 7.8 rebound performance in the Nets' 126-110 loss on Thursday night in Miami. Misses the second free throw. Nets lead it 8-5 as the Pistons in the black uniforms bring it across midcourt. Danish Jenkins hands it off for Robinson. Here's Jenkins dribbling with the left hand, and it's kickball. Traore knocked it loose. That'll reset the shot clock to 14. A little more than 3 minutes gone by in this opening quarter. Porter already has 7 for the Nets. 3-point lead for Brooklyn as Jenkins gets ready to inbound from the far sideline. Now the give for Sasser. Flips the pass for Durant. Working on Claxton in the double team. Got off the shot anyway and muscled it through. Jalen Durant scores 8-7. That's by a point. Here's Traore. Working behind the red three-point stripe. Now takes to the left blocks. He spins and jumps and passes for Porter. Hot hand. Here's a 3. Too strong, and a rebound tracked down by Durant. And the big man ambling up the near side of the floor with the high left-hand dribble, and he is fouled by Claxton on the reaching. Claxton and Traore came over to try to help. It is Claxton who gets called on the personal foul, his first, and the first team foul. Jenkins inbounds for Sasser. Black uniforms, bright white lettering for the Pistons as Robinson takes to the left elbow, jumps, passes, gives up for Harris, working on Clowney. Shoulder shimmy, turnaround jumper, back rim, no good. Tipped up by Jenkins and through. Somehow Danish Jenkins got up and over Michael Porter Jr. and kissed it off the glass. 9-8. Pistons. Porter with head of steam down the lane, double clutching, got off the shot, no good. Claxton mistimed the rebound and lost it. Sasser comes away with it. Sasser into the front court. 13-footer drops through. 6-0 run for the Pistons, and they lead it by 3. Traore down the lane at Durant, who blocked the shot, and the Pistons have it back. A couple of early blocks for Durant. Here is Robinson trailing the play. Chest pass for Jenkins. Backs up for the 3 and puts it through. And Jordi Fernandez has to call for a timeout. Well, the Nets had an 8-5 lead. Now you blink, and it's the Pistons on a 9-0 run. And as we take this break, it's the Pistons 13, the Nets. for the Pistons. They have the 5-point lead coming out of the Jordi Fernandez timeout. Nets basketball with Mann slinging the pass to Traore. Curls to his right. Now on top for Mann. Looks to the side where he finds Clowney. Clowney driving into the paint. Takes it strong to the hole. Scores, and he is fouled. So out of the timeout, they call Noah Clowney's number, and Tobias Harris is the person who reached in as Clowney made the hoop. And now a possible three-point play coming up for Clowney. Noah Clowney, 80% free throw shooter on the season. He's been on a good run from behind the arc over his last 5 games, shooting close to 50% from deep. That time, he drove the paint, got fouled, made the free throw. Makes this a 2-point game, 13 of 11. Jenkins along the right sideline. Good pass for Harris, double clutching. Went up, hit the shot. They're going to call a jump ball. He was tied up. Mentioned the double clutch. He was tied up, and so we're going to have a jump ball in front of the Pistons basket. As Nolan Traore did a nice job sticking with it. And it'll be Traore jumping up against Harris. 6'3" Nolan Traore against a 6'8" Tobias Harris. 10 to shoot if the Pistons win the tip, and they do, as Duren has it back to the basket. Muscling in, the runner is blocked by Claxton. Oh, beautiful block, and that was the 600th of his career. And boy, that was a beauty. Man, cross court for Traore. Nice fake right, goes left. Floater from the baseline, no good. Nice move by Traore, showing off that excellent speed, but he couldn't finish on the jumper. Pistons basketball with Harris, dishing underhand for Robinson, works off the Harris screen. Now the pass goes to Jenkins on the left sideline, guarded out there by a man. 9 to shoot for the Pistons. Jenkins throws a fastball. It's a terrible pass that Porter intercepted, and then he mishandled and gives it right back to the Pistons. They didn't reset the shot clock, so it's 5 seconds to shoot for the Pistons as we're almost midway through this first quarter here in Detroit. Close one, 13 to 11. Detroit leading Brooklyn as Jenkins gets ready to trigger from the near sideline. Loops it underneath for Harris. Had the ball poked loose by Clowney. Good defensive play by Clowney as he was beaten, and then recovered to knock the ball out of bounds. And it will be Detroit basketball with 3 and 4/10 seconds showing on the shot clock. Baseline inbounds. Jenkins pointing with the right hand, tossing for Duren, is knocked away by Traore. The Nets come away with it. Up court comes Claxton. Down the lane, the runner is good to tie the game. Oh, good stand there by the Nets defensively. And we are even at 13. Nets have recovered nicely after falling behind by 5 after that 8-0 Pistons run. Robinson with three-pointer, swishes it home. Duncan Robinson with his first made 3 of the game. The 170th made 3, one of the leaders in that category in the NBA. 3-point lead for the Pistons as the pass down low for Porter is blown dead. The play is blown dead, and Duncan Robinson on the hold has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. So Duncan Robinson is going to head to the bench. Ron Holland checks into the game for the Pistons, and so does the former Net, Karis LeVert. And Isaiah Stewart is into the game for the Pistons, and he always gets a rousing round of applause, instant energy off of the bench. He just returned recently from that 7-game suspension. Got involved in that brawl on February 9th that started between Jalen Duren and Moussa Diabate. Inbound goes for Clowney, pump fake, and then he draws the foul. That was Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart, just off the bench, and he has his first personal. That's working hard, and so far they are doing what Jordi Fernandez has asked them to do, match the Pistons' physicality. And here is Clowney shooting 2. First is good. That last foul on Detroit is their 5th, so these are going to be free throws the rest of the way for the Nets in this first quarter, and there's 5:24 to go in quarter number 1. As Clowney gets ready for the second free throw, rattles out, and we're going to have a lane violation. It's going to be a Detroit lane violation, so Noah Clowney, after missing that second free throw, is going to get an opportunity to make amends here. Stewart got called on that lane violation, so he's had a rough go of it so far. Checked in, committed a foul, committed the lane violation, and Clowney hits the free throw. 1-point game, 16-15. Pistons lead the Nets. 5:20 to go in this opening quarter of play. As LeVert has his pass batted in the air by Traore and stolen away by the Nets. Here comes Brooklyn, right to left. Claxton whips the pass to Mann. Now Claxton has it down low. A fake, a spin, a kick out for Porter. Puts up the 3, back rims it, and the rebound belongs to LeVert. Aaron Sharp getting ready to check into the game for Brooklyn. That's down a point. Here's Jenkins shuffling the pass into the corner for Ron Holland. Now LeVert hesitating, giving for Jenkins. A pump fake, back for LeVert. Launches a 3 and drills it home. 19-15. Pistons by 4. Karis LeVert, who didn't play the last time these two teams met because of an illness, hits that 3. Pistons by 4 as the pass up court got knocked out of bounds, and the Nets will inbound from midcourt. And Saraf getting ready to check in for Brooklyn. Aaron Sharp is on the floor now. Traore, Porter, Claxton, Mann, and Daron Sharp. The 5 on the floor for Brooklyn. Here's Porter getting free underneath, but having a shot blocked by Stewart, but they're going to call goaltending. Isaiah Stewart on the goaltend scored the 2 points for Porter. He was off to a good scoring start in this game. He has now scored 9 points. And you hear the reaction from the big crowd here inside Little Caesars Arena when they got to see that replay of the goaltending on Stewart. They scored the 2 for the Nets, and Porter, who has 9 of their first 17. Pistons with the ball and the 2-point lead. LeVert driving hard, and he is fouled by Sharp. Well, so far, and we are very early, this game is playing out much differently than the first time these two teams played. On February 1st, the Pistons took the Nets to the woodshed and beat them by 53 points. But this is a Pistons team right now that is in the midst of a mini slump for them. 2 straight losses. Only the 3rd time all season they've lost as many as 2 in a row. They haven't lost 3 in a row all season long. They're without Cade Cunningham and Asor Thompson. Here's Jenkins driving, dishing for Stewart. Easy dunk for Beef Stew. 21-17. Pistons by 4. Nice setup on that drive by Jenkins. Now Sharp takes it across midcourt. The big man having trouble ball handling. Stewart all over him. Now Sharp does try and take him right to the hole. Wild shot. This is everything off the glass. Rebound, Duran. Ball handling. Now up court for LeVert, and he drives and he scores. So Karis LeVert has 5 off of the bench for the Pistons, who lead it by 6. Pistons turning up the defensive heat here, pressing. Now Saraf on the floor for the Nets. Left-handed pass for Porter. Jumps, shoots, rattles in, rattles out. Duran has the rebound. 3:20 to go in this opening quarter. Nets down 6. Pistons have the ball to our right. LeVert, quick trigger 3, way off on the mark. Porter tips the rebound to himself and keeps the dribble himself. Now loops the pass down low to the baseline, and nobody home. He was looking for Zaire Williams, who had checked in during the previous dead ball, and Williams wasn't ready for that pass. So a turnover on the Nets. That is their second. The Pistons have 3 turnovers so far. 6-point lead for Detroit, 23-17. And it's Detroit ball with Marcus Sasser, who got his first start of the season tonight, back on the floor. He has it on top, straight away, throws it for LeVert, back for Sasser. Sasser fakes right, gives up for Harris, 5 to shoot. Harris dribbling with the left hand in the corner, 2-1. Harris puts it up at the horn and scores. They used up 23 and a half seconds of the shot clock, and then Karis LeVert from the baseline scored to make it an 8-point lead for Detroit. 2.5 to go in this opening quarter. Daron Sharks is for Abaji, who just checked into the game for the Nets. And a turnover, bad pass. Harris to steal, gives it for LeVert. To the trailer, Harris, stutter stepping, dribbling with the right hand. Still dribbling, holding now after killing that bounce. And one bounce at the pass for Sasser. Danny Wolf on Sasser. Sasser backs up and shoots and scores. Another run in progress for the Pistons. This is 9 straight for Detroit. 28-17, double-digit lead for the Pistons as Saraf drives, gives for Williams, puts up a 3. It's too long. Rebound tipped in the air by Harris, and it is Holland taking it and driving hard the other end. Dumps it inside, passes knocked away. Last touch by the Nets, and that'll bring us to a timeout. Nets were down 2 just a few moments ago. Now you look up, and following a 9-0 run is the Pistons on top by double digits. Detroit leading Brooklyn 28-17 on the Fan, Sports Radio 101.9 FM, and streaming on the Brooklyn Nets app. .com or via Ticketmaster. Bob Heisler sitting in for the Hall of Famer Chris Carino tonight. Tim Castro on television duty. He'll join us post-game. Pistons basketball. Isaiah Stewart draws the foul and goes to the line to shoot 2. We have Connor Green back in the home studios. Paulie Rosenberg opened things for us, and the great Al Rosenberg at our side here tonight in Detroit. So we are in capable hands. And I mentioned that Chris Carino is now a Hall of Famer. He was notified a couple of days ago that he had been given the Kurt Gowdy Electronic Media Award. That's awarded to broadcasters who have achieved excellence in the field of basketball, and certainly Chris qualifies on that count. He'll be enshrined in August. And you'll hear from him at the half as we turn the tables on him and we interview Chris earlier today to talk about that honor, so make sure you stick around at halftime for that. A couple of free throws made by Isaiah Stewart, and this run continues. 11 unanswered for the Pistons, who are trying to end a 2-game losing streak. Saraf driving into traffic, thinks otherwise of it. Abaji takes it, soars, and scores. Nice drive by Ochai Abaji. Finished with the left hand, and it's 30-19. That's down 11. Closing moments here now in the first quarter. 1:10 remaining in period number 1 from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Marcus Sasser, bullet pass, run down by LeVert off the deflection. Now into the corner. LeVert dribbling around, one to shoot, launches it up. That one is short. Wolf has the rebound. Danny coming off a scoreless game on Thursday night in Detroit and has the ball right now, Thursday night in Miami. Here's Wolf giving for Saraf, and he threw it away. The interception, Ron Holland drives the other end. Easy two-hand stuff. That's what they do so well, the Detroit Pistons. You cannot let down, and that was a pass that Wolf telegraphed. Saraf driving left elbow, jumps, and he throws it right into the hands of Harris. An equally bad turnover. Harris in the circle at the other end. Gives it up for Sasser. Drives in traffic, and Sharp knocks it away, and Saraf couldn't run it down on the near sideline, and crashed into somebody over there on the Detroit bench. No harm done. 19 and 7/10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 11 to shoot here for the Pistons. Nets led this game 8-5. We were tied at 13, and it was a 2-point game with 4 minutes to go in the quarter. But it's a 13-point Detroit lead as Stewart spins right sideline, gives it up for Harris, bounces a few times. Now to Stewart, one to shoot. Stewart thought he was fouled. Whistle did blow. Do we have a foul or a shot clock violation? If it was a foul, it was an awfully late whistle. And it's going to be a foul. Danny Wolf reached in and got a piece of Stewart. Boy, the Nets have done a pretty good job working the Pistons deep into the shot clock on this night, but more often than not, it seems, it's backfired. And here, it's a Wolf personal that sends Isaiah Stewart to the line to shoot a pair. Stewart, a 76% free throw shooter, returned on Tuesday from that 7-game suspension. He left the bench during that brawl initially involving Jalen Duren and Moussa Diabate, Detroit versus Charlotte. And his priors worked against him. And leaving the bench will always work against you. 7-game suspension is a pretty lengthy one. But he served it. He's back. Misses 2 free throws. So it remains 32-19. 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Traore fades, shoots, misses at the horn, and we're at the end of 1. And the Pistons have the lead. The Nets are trying to end a 10-game losing streak, and the Pistons are in the midst of a 2-game losing streak. And at the end of 1, they're up 13. Pistons 32, Nets 19. On the Fan, Sports Radio 101.9 FM, and streaming on the Brooklyn Nets app.
what you got. 'Cause I don't care if they think we're mad to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
Of the period is off the dribble. Jenkins is fouled, and it'll be a side out of bounds for the Pistons. Foul on Zaire Williams. 32-19. Pistons have the lead, and they have the ball to our right. We are on floor level as Jenkins drives right at Traore, and a late whistle again, and Traore is going to get called on the personal foul. Well, Danish Jenkins will go to the line. Free throws in this game. The Pistons have taken 4 free throws. They're 2 for 4, and the Nets have gone to the line 6 times, 5 for 6. Michael Porter Jr. had the first 7 points in this game for the Nets. 9 total in that first quarter, but they did a pretty good job bottling up Porter, who was clearly the head of the snake for the Nets after he got off to that strong scoring start. Jenkins misses the first free throw. 80% free throw shooter on the season. Makes the second. He's coming off a scoreless game in their loss at San Antonio the other night. 33-19. 14-point Pistons lead. Here's Clowney giving up for Traore. Angles right, head up, now into the paint. The runner with the left hand is good as he changed directions beautifully. Boy, he is fast off the dribble. Nolan Traore. 33-21. That's down a dozen. Jenkins throws it down low where the reverse layup somehow is put through. And then a steal by Jenkins, and he dunks it through with 2 hands. More sloppiness for the Nets. A turnover leads to a fast 2 for Jenkins, who is like a little water bug out there. And now Traore almost threw it away, looking for Sharp. The gift for Williams in the left corner. 3-pointer is good. Calms things down a little bit for the Nets as Williams hits the 3 to make it 37-24 Detroit. LeVert driving, double clutching, spinning it up, and then it's spun out. Sharp has the rebound. The give for Clowney, takes it to the other end. Traore now to the baseline, flips it up for Sharp. One bouncing, going down low for Cunning Abaji, who scores. Abaji, nice back cut, scored from the right side of the hoop. 37-26, Nets down to 11. As we approach the 10-minute mark, just underway here in the second quarter in Detroit. Pass is deflected up at the other end of the floor, knocked out of bounds by Abaji, last touched by Ochai. Detroit inbounds. Jenkins behind the stripe, now drives to the right, blocks, puts it out for LeVert. Javonte Green giving up to Kevin Huerter in the game. Here's LeVert, who sheds a defender, blows right past him, and he scores. Karis LeVert has been strong in this game against his former team. He has 7. 39-26, Pistons by 13. Traore for Williams, puts up the 3, and he's got another one. Back-to-back threes for Zaire Williams. That's 6 in the game belong to him as Huerter at the other end put up a shot in the lane. Boy, they got down that floor with some pace that time. Huerter beat everybody down the floor, and he was fouled from behind by Traore. His second, already 3 team fouls on the Nets with 9:38 to go here in quarter number 2. And here's Kevin Huerter, who was acquired last month in a trade from Chicago, part of a 3-way deal. Herder playing in his 7th game with Detroit, off to a slow start. He's a three-point shooting specialist, but just 2 for 12 from deep so far in his opening weeks as a Piston. Herder now with his 4th team, 9th-year pro out of Maryland. Hard to believe he's been around that long. I'll go back to hearing about him from his dad, former Siena player. Herder from the Albany region, capital region in New York State. Knew about him when he was a youngster. Had a great career in Maryland. Now settling in as a Piston. Made both free throws, 41-29. Dozen points down are the Nets. With the ball to our left in the white uniforms as Porter gives for Claxton. Out for Clowney. The three is good. Noah Clowney hits the three, and the Nets are using that three-pointer to stay in the conversation. Down by 9. They've made 3 consecutive threes, 2 for Williams, now 1 from Clowney. Green for Jenkins. Bouncing for Stewart, who was literally held from behind, almost wrapped up in a bear hug by Terrence Mann. Well, the basketball player to wrap up right there, Isaiah Stewart, 6'9", 250-pounder. So Mann gets called on the foul, his first, but the 4th on the team with 9:05 remaining in the second quarter. 41-32 Pistons. Here's LeVert driving, right blocks into the corner for Green, and Javonte Green drains the three. Just a 36% shooter from deep. As Terrence Mann tries to answer with a three of his own off of the back rim. 44-32 Pistons. Herder will put up his first three-point attempt, and he knocks it down. Kevin Herder looked confident on that one. Barely grazed the rim. 47-32. Pistons have their largest lead of this first half. Claxton threw it down low for Porter, and heard the whistle blow right away as Porter was held from behind. Kevin Herder wrapping up Porter. Will remain stuck on 9 points. He has 9. Noah Clowney has 8. Those are the leading scorers for the Nets. Terrence Mann in front of his own bench will overhead the pass to Claxton. A couple of fakes. Now the dribble handoff for Porter. Puts up a three. Front rim no good. And Javonte Green rips down the rebound. Up the right sideline. Flips it behind to Stewart. Now to Jenkins. Works off the screen to LeVert, and the three from the side. No good. Clowney has the rebound. Here come the Nets. Right to left. Down by 15. The handoff from Porter. Working on Herder. Right to the left side of the lane. Runner no good. Stewart has the rebound. Pistons running. Jenkins hesitating. Now accelerating. Loses the dribble. No, actually he threw it off to the corner. Now a whip out pass for Herder. Open three. Off the left side of the rim. No good. Herder had nobody on him and misfired. Nets down 15. 7.5 to go in this opening half. Clowney tries a three again. Front rim. Long rebound. Out to Abaji. Reset for the Nets, and Mann the three. Rattles in, rattles out. LeVert the rebound. Head up. Passes ahead. Where the three-pointer is missed by Green, and Abaji pulls down the rebound. Both teams have gone cold. Abaji into the Nets front court. Cross-court pass to the near side for Porter. Soft toss. That goes to Claxton on top. Now Mann on the right sideline. Dribbling with the left hand. Crossover dribble along the sideline. Now works off of the screen. Backs up, shoots a long two, and swishes it home. Terrence Mann, the jumper. It gets the Nets closer. They're down 13. 6:53 to go in this opening half of play. J.B. Bickerstaff calls for a timeout. Pistons lead the Nets 47-34 on the Fan Sports Radio 101.
Star-crossed lovers still hold on. We're running out of time, but I feel so alive. What a tragedy, my some kind of beautiful. Your signal finds me glowing in the static. Maybe it's worth it though. You bend the light, the way you move is magic, and the fever's automatic.
I might become too independent. Give me 3 truths and then I'll show you where the lies. I always hide it. Guilty until I prove you're innocent. This just comes with experience. Wanna give love away, but this armor keeps me safe. Give or take, back and forth, push and pull. Sorry, I don't make the rules. 'Cause daddy told me not to trust no one. Daddy told me not to trust no one. Hey, all I ever wanted was to trust someone. All I wanted was to trust someone. Hey, can I trust you? Ran out of one more chances, you came at the wrong time. Or maybe it's perfect.
In Miami tomorrow, and then in Brooklyn on Tuesday. Out of the timeout, Pistons basketball. To our right in the black uniforms, Devontae Green, the one bounce lead for Duran back in the game. Swings it for Herter, holds at the hip, gives for Sasser, throws it for Green, 2 to shoot, got off the shot, no good. Rebound back tap to Sasser, return shot, front rim. And the rebound kept alive, and then Duran grabbed it and put it back up and in. That was Abaji who kept it alive, but he couldn't secure it, and Duran took advantage. And the Pistons matched their largest lead so far. It's 15 points. The Pistons clear the nets as man throws for an open Claxton, and the ball stripped away beautifully by Green. Nice dig down by Green, and the Pistons have it back. Ron Holland having trouble with the dribble, regains and hands off to Duran. And the double team goes right at the hole and has a shot blocked by Abaji. It goes out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by the Pistons. And Jalen Duran twirling the index finger, lobbying for a challenge. And he's going to get it. So coach's challenge to be used by J.B. Bickerstaff, who is discussing right now the situation with Jalen Duran.
Detroit is taking a timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds.
Take a timeout as well on the Fan Sports Radio 101.9 FM and streaming on the Brooklyn Nets app.
Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is redefining.
I was feeling hopeless, I was feeling broken, couldn't see where I was going, almost fell apart. That is when I found you, you could see right through me, pull me from the darkness, save me from the start. I might be reaching for the stars, but whenever I'm with you, doesn't matter where I am. I follow the voices in my heart, I feel you're always here by my side. I know that you are glorious, glorious. I know that you are glorious. I'm all in this time, all in this time. On top of the world, let's save every moment. Nothing can break us apart, let us show. 춤을 추며 노래를 do whatever I like, because I have you right by my side. I know that you are. 이전엔 내가 아냐, 난 돌아가지 않아. 공허 있었던 그 수많은 밤을 말이야. 아무도 없던 내게 따스히 다가와준 그 모든 의미를 난 잊지 않아. I might be reaching for the stars, but whenever I'm with you, doesn't matter where
you, and all that. Do whatever I like, because I have you right by my side. All ups and downs I've been through, everything just makes sense with you.
Number 2 from Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Here's Claxton dribbling with the left hand, almost lost it. Ends up in Zaire Williams' hands. He has the left side, drives hard to left elbow, leans in, draws the contact, got off the shot, which did not drop. But Ron Holland is going to get called on that foul. That's his first, team second. And here is Zaire Williams to the line. He did not play the last time these two teams met, which was the lopsided Detroit victory on February 1st. He was out that night with a calf injury. He's been playing very well lately for the Nets. 31 total points in the 2-game series in Miami. He had 16 in the game on Tuesday night. He had 15 points and a couple of steals in the game against the Heat on Thursday night. First free throw here from Zaire is good, and the second one is also good. Nets trailed by 13 at the end of one. They are down by 13 with 5:13 to go here in quarter number 2. 49-36 Detroit. Duren hesitating. The big man down the right side of the lane and has his shot knocked away, and the Nets have it back. Here's Claxton, Euro stepping down the lane, and Duren comes from behind and blocks it. And the Pistons have it back. Sasser throws it cross court for Holland. He spins and whips the pass to Sasser, who is way off on the three-point attempt. Rebound to Claxton, feeds it ahead. Now to a trailer. Porter back for Abaji underneath, and Abaji soars and he banks it home. 49-38, that's down 11. As Duren gets free this time for a two-handed dunk. The big man running the floor took a pass and got behind the Nets defense to put the Pistons up by 13. Claxton hands it off for man. Man down the right side of the lane. Up top for Williams. Williams left elbow, floats it up. It does not drop, but he was fouled. So Zaire Williams will do a repeat trip to the free throw line. Kevin Herter just picked up the foul. His first, third on the team, shooting foul. And this will send Zaire Williams back to the line. Made a couple just a few moments ago. 4:16 to go here in the first half. 51-38 as Williams puts through the first. Reminder that we're going to sit down and interview Chris Carino at the half. We talked to Chris earlier. That's a role reversal, of course, but under the circumstances, a role reversal that was certainly called for, because the official announcement yesterday that Chris has won the Kirk Gowdy Award for electronic media. He is a Hall of Famer. He will be enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in August. And we talked to him about that honor, so you'll want to stick around at the half and hear from the play-by-play radio voice of the Brooklyn Nets. I'm Bob Husler sitting in tonight for Chris. He's on TV duty along with the capper on the television side. Williams made 2 free throws. Marcus Sasser misses the jumper at the other end. So the Nets down 11 here, trying to make a late first half run. As Priori jumps, here's for Porter, puts up the 3, way off of the mark. He thought he was fouled. No foul forthcoming, and so the black-clad Pistons bringing up the floor with Harris. On top for Holland, and tripped. Initially, it looked like he just slipped. And they blew a whistle indicating a foul. Michael Porter Jr. is asking for a challenge. And now Jordy Fernandez is looking down at his bench, and Connor Griffin. It's iPad time, and it doesn't look like the challenge is going to come. Holland hit the floor hard, trying to shake it off. No Cade Cunningham today for the Pistons. He's out with a contusion, a calf contusion. Asar Thompson, who sprained his ankle pretty badly the other night in their loss in San Antonio. He is out. Perhaps he's going to be out for a little while. And this guy, Ron Holland, in that game, late in that game, he got accidentally scratched in the eye. And quite clearly he is okay. He's on the floor right now and just made the first free throw. Foul was an Abaji. Ochai picks up his first. Nets are in the penalty, so free throws the rest of the way for the Pistons. 3:41 remaining in this first half. 2 out of 2 for Holland to make it a 13-point lead again for the Pistons. Their largest lead has been 16. The Nets had an early 3-point lead. The Pistons, ever since they went on a run in the first quarter, the Nets were only down 2, 19-17 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And then there was a 13-2 run to end that first quarter for Detroit. Ron Holland gets called on a foul that stops play here with 3:29 to go in this first half of play. Pistons 1 away from being in the penalty. Sharp tries to pass for Porter. Bad idea. Threw it past MPJ right out of bounds. Turnover on the Nets. And that'll be their 9th. They turned it over 25 times the last time these two teams met in early February. Danish Jenkins up the left sideline. In a switch, takes it to the deep left wing. Now throws it down low for Tobias Harris, who has an easy 2 with the left hand. He got 3 in the left blocks, and Tobias Harris extends that lead back to 15 for Detroit. Here's Traore having the ball knocked loose. Another turnover on the Nets. Here is Jenkins having trouble handling the ball, but he was tied up from behind. The whistle blows the play dead. It's going to be a Nets foul. Let's see who they've got. It's Nolan Traore. He picks up his 3rd. And this is Danish Jenkins going to the line to shoot a pair. Free throw starting to pile up a little bit here for the Pistons. Holland just made a pair, and here is Jenkins. Last time we were here, he had a great game. 18 points against the Nets. That was on February 1st. On February 9th, Jenkins signed a standard NBA contract. Remember, he was a two-way player, signed with the Pistons as a two-way player in July of 24. He was undrafted out of St. John's, and he worked himself all the way to a standard contract. But since then, he has gone into a slump. But he just made 1 out of 2 free throws. He's looked pretty good so far here tonight. Here's Sharp in the lane, having it taken away by Sasser, who hurt himself. The jump ball is called, and Sasser is grabbing his hamstring. He went for the tie-up, got it. Jump ball resulting. But on a team, the Pistons already decimated by injuries on this night. No Cade Cunningham, no Asar Thompson, and now possibly Marcus Sasser, who got his first start of the season for Detroit, is going to limp off. I said he was grabbing his hamstring. That does not necessarily mean it's a hamstring injury, but that's what he went for initially. Now we get a look at it on the replay, and you can see what happened. He got tied up with Sharp, and his left leg got bent in the wrong direction. He and Sharp were going for that ball. Sasser then awkwardly fell to the floor. He's trying to walk it off. Amazing. I mean, he went down hard. He's trying to walk it off. He's going to try and stay in the game. The way he went down initially, and then when you see what happened on the replay, it's amazing that he's on the floor. But here he is. Marcus Sasser jumping it up against a much taller Day'Ron Sharp. Sasser at 6'1". Sharp at 6'10". Sasser can get off the floor. He doesn't even try. Finally takes the tip and then throws it down low where Sharp grabbed it, and he scored. So after that, the Nets come away with a pair, and it's 56-42. Nets down 14, winding it down here in quarter number 2. 2:20 to go in the first half. Harris has a straightaway. Bouncing around, 5 to shoot. Now Harris with a purpose, drives, and he scored. That was a pretty shot off the glass. Tobias Harris, the veteran, makes it 58-42. 16-point lead for the Pistons. Matches their largest lead. Pass down low for Porter, who's stuck on 9 points. Now make it 11 as he got free behind the Detroit defense. and laid it up easily. 58-44 Detroit. At the other end, Sasser's picked up on the right corner. Now for Holland. Jalen Duren. Down the lane. The runner, no good. Rebound poked up top. Clowney has it. Nets on the run. A 3-on-1 as Clowney gives it for Porter, and he scoops it through. Good transition hoop for the Nets. Porter has back-to-back baskets, and the Nets deficit is 12 with 1:20 to go in this first half. Jenkins doing a balancing act along the right sideline and trying to stay balanced after he was bumped by Sharp, and there's going to be a foul on Dayron. Penalty for the Nets, and Jenkins will go to the line to shoot a pair. He started tonight. He has 8 points. Mentioned his struggles. He, over his last 5 games, shooting just 22% from the field, but he's made 3 of his first 4 field goal attempts in this game. 2 for 4 from the free throw line as he sets for the first and misses it. Danis Jenkins, Dallas native, played for 3 colleges, the University of Pacific, and then Iona for Rick Pitino, and then he followed Rick Pitino to St. John's, where he was all Big East second team. Now has found a home here in Detroit, the Eastern Conference leaders. 1 out of 2 for Jenkins as he makes the second. 13-point Detroit lead as we approach the 1-minute mark of this opening half. Collision up top as men tried to go across the top of the circle and slammed into Ron Holland. So an offensive foul on the Nets on men, gives it back to Detroit with 65 seconds to go in the half. Here is Kevin Huerter back on the floor for Detroit. Gives for Jenkins. Duren went to set the screen. Instead, the pass goes to Huerter, who dropped it. Sharp steals it, drives, and missed the dunk. And it goes out of bounds. An embarrassing moment there for Dayron Sharp. He came away with the loose ball, and then with the brakes off, went flying down the floor. He poked the ball loose. It was a nice steal. It was actually grabbed from behind by Huerter, and I don't think that had any effect on what happened next as Sharp just blew the dunk. 52 seconds remaining in this first half. Some confusion on substitutions here. They tried to get Zaire Williams into the game. He comes back out. So now play resumes with Detroit inbounding in the backcourt. Under a minute to go in this first half. Here is Duren working on Porter, who reached in. Porter's claiming nice slap down and got all ball. But Sean Corbin disagrees, and that means free throws coming up for Jalen Duren with 40 and 8/10 seconds to go in this first half. It was a 13-point game at the end of one, and it's a 13-point game as Jalen Duren goes to the line. 73% free throw shooter. First-time All-Star this year. Among the NBA's leading rebounders. One of the best offensive rebounders in the game. Averaging a double-double per game this year. 18.5 points. Close to 11 rebounds per game. Has turned into a star here in Detroit. 4th year in the league out of Memphis. Made 1 out of 2 free throws. 40 seconds to go in the half. 60-46. The Pistons lead the Nets, trying to stop a 10-game losing streak. Porter Jr., left wing, harassed. Abaji has a deep left corner. He's in the Coffin corner and threw a pass, a dangerous one that's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. Abaji was in trouble from the start. Caught in the Coffin corner, nowhere to go. Threw a desperation pass, turnover against the Nets. And that is their 12th of the first half. They had 25 on February 1st, 25 turnovers the last time these two teams met. 1 second difference, shot clock to game clock as Duren drives with 7 seconds to go and lays it up and lays it through. Jalen Duren the score. 6 seconds to go in the half. Abaji looking, tosses across court. Man had to leap and then got off the shot, which hit the top of the backboard, and that brings the first half to an end. So the Nets trying to end a 10-game losing streak, facing a Detroit team that is without Cade Cunningham and without Asar Thompson. They're trying to stop a mini 2-game slide, and it's Detroit on top by 16 at the half. Pistons 62, Nets 46. When we come back, we sit down and we talk with a new Hall of
Got a knock on my hip when I head out. You can't beat on this block if you bail out. Out of state, I might ride on that Greyhound. I just crashed up the Honda and head out. Left the scene on the beam for my mental. All these Benjis, I'm focused on dead guys. I'm a king in this Sacramento. All my ops, I'm gonna turn them to dead guys. Dripping red in the feet, get in motion. New stilettos on your feet, Range Rover. Take care of yourself, bend it over. Make it clap in this Benz only. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. I better move out my way when I walk out. 100 racks in my pocket, no talk about. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it now you can bring a friend along. I got some bands for you, we gon' party all night long. We gon' dance cause the black car got no limit. I buy them all, baby, Louis V and Hermes. Ain't go y'all crazy? Bottles on bottles, just watch you start bugging. That holy on cut water, you love it. If you ain't down to baby, you ain't sipping nothing. She told me she classy, baby, why is you front like, wait, what's her name? Look, it don't even matter, she for the game. Mood swings, all rate to a lamb. I'm a classy hood with some bands. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. I better move out my way when I walk out. 100 racks in my pocket, no talk about. Look, wait, let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy. Let's keep it classy.
So come and take the shots with me now, shots with me now. Just like a soul child, feeling so priceless. You got me taking shots with me now, shots with me now. Just like a Cadillac, feeling so timeless. Talk about it. Late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. Let's talk about it. Late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. What's going on with you? I will not love for you. I can't relate, girl, when you say that it was overdue. I play no games for you, girl, what we trying to prove? I had it down, shook it down, it's funny I ride with you. It's deja vu, you say it's cause you're Gemini. So inconsistent while you anxious, we wasting ammunition. It's deja vu, I knew that you were never mine. So clueless, I guess you will never know. I need you to just be you. When you're playing dumb, I never even notice. But I'ma play the same game with you now. So come and take the shots with me now, shots with me now. Just like a soul child, feeling so priceless. You got me taking shots with me now, shots with me now. Just like a Cadillac, feeling so timeless. Talk about it. Late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. Let's talk about it. Late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. I was dumb enough to think that you were always right. I've been tripping on a daily, the devil that you made me. I can't be wanting you to feel me, you so out of line. I'm so done with all your news. Call it deja vu, repeating what I didn't want. So indifferent and I got no emotions now. I know it's deja vu and finally you're never mind. I ain't doing this wrong, not again. I need you to just be you. When you're playing dumb, I never even notice. But I'ma play the same game with you now. So come and take the shots with me now, shots with me now. See many times I tried to break my spirit, but it did not be alright. Before you plot against me, just know I prayed against it. Think twice. I swear my heart's supposed to be no dummy like talking spice. Could've walked, come on, let me shoes when you see me come correct. But the jack nice. Sucker stay tight, no room for disguise. Chop, chop, I dey chop all night. I look back at all and the world summarize. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop on, chop, chop, I dey chop all night. I make us so deep, deep, deep. So the things you just can't see. Now some brothers see the game, I know it's sad. I can't bring them home with me. Mama tears on the phone line, heavy in my chest. It hurt when I hear her weep. Dreams feel so distant when the nights get cold and I really can't even sleep. Blessings go forward on me. Blessings go forward on me. When it's dark, Jah like go cover me. Voices in my head say, Luke, just believe. Times are trying to break my spirit, but it did not be alright. Before you plot against me, just know I prayed against it. Think twice. I swear my heart's supposed to be no dummy, I ain't talking spice. Could've walked, come on, let me shoes when you see me come correct. With the jack nice. Sucker stay tight, no room for disguise. Chop, chop, I dey chop all night. I look back at all and I'm gonna summarize. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop on, chop, chop, I dey chop all night. Now the sun don't set on my victories. I'm a product of the pain and the memories. Every scar on my skin is a melody. Every loss that I took give me energy. See me now, I'm alive, I'm glowing. Fantasies in the dirt, they keep growing. But they try to bury turn golden. But they try to bury turn golden. See many times I tried to break my spirit, but it did not be alright. Before you plot against me, just know I prayed against it. Think twice. I swear my heart's supposed to be no dummy, I ain't talking spice. Could've walked, come on, let me shoes when you see me come correct. But the jack nice. Sucker stay tight, no room for disguise. Chop, chop, I dey chop all night. I look back at all and I will summarize. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Stepping clean, maybe with the headline. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop on, chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop on, chop, chop, I dey chop on. Chop, chop, I dey chop on.
Thought that I would be a bit at peace by now. Yeah, you're lying in the shadows of my room. Oh, always heard your voice, I forget the sound now. You're awfully quiet while I cry out for you. Oh, I know you don't have much to say, yeah, that's clear now. But I won't keep on giving you grace while my heart's broken. But you take the time away to clear your head out. But I had so much to say, and you let me get away still. Well, I still cry, I won't lie, but you'll never know if I'm fine. Am I alright? Well, you'll never know. You took this path on your own time without giving us a try. So we'll never know. You came into my life at the right point, and now you're leaving when it gets hard. Should've kept it straight from the jump. Why'd we come this far to get this far? I should leave it alone, 'cause there's no proof of you staying. Your mind was made up a couple months ago. Oh no, I know you don't have much to say, yeah, that's clear now. But I won't keep on giving you grace while my heart's broken. But you take the time away to clear your head out. I don't got nothing to say. How could you let me get away still? Well, I still cry, I won't lie, but you'll never know.
And who could have known that the thing we'd come to love the most about creation was our appetite for self-extermination? There's no use, you can bargain with me. I have seen all I needed to see. I'd soon be done with this wicked, fucked up freak show mystery and pass it on to someone who believes. What on earth were we thinking? And how
To stop to a 10-game losing streak. And as the second half begins, it's Terrence Mann on the reach-in foul of Danis Jenkins. So the Pistons will inbound. They are 45-16 on the season. They got a little bit of humble pie this week in the form of losses to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the San Antonio Spurs. Those are the two losses that constitute this 2-game losing streak. The Pistons are trying to stop it. Duncan Robinson puts up a three, and he knocks it down from the left corner, and that extends the lead to 65-46. 19-point lead is the largest for Detroit. Here's Traore driving, no good, but it is Terrence Mann cleaning it up on the dunk from the weak side. 65-48. Pistons with the lead in the ball as Jenkins drives and he soars and he scores off of the glass. Danis Jenkins having a nice bounce back game here tonight. He had been struggling in recent weeks. 11 points now. First player in double figures for the Pistons. 67-48 Detroit. Priority to Porter, and a foul's going to be called away from the ball. Marcus Sasser gets called on that foul. Grab Nolan Traore. First on Sasser, who got the start tonight, his first start of the season, with Cunningham out tonight. Asar Thompson also out tonight. Mann on top, dribbling with the right hand, switches to the left, into the blue paint, gives it for Clowney, arcs up the three, too long. Duren has another rebound. Jalen Duren now with 7 rebounds to go along with 9 points. As Jenkins calls out the play. He's very demonstrative with the ball, very verbal. Gives up for Duren. Now to Robinson. Alley-oop attempt, and Duren can't dunk it through, but the rebound goes out to Harris, and he hits the three. So the initial play backfired, and they still come away with 3 points. 70-48, 22-point lead now for Detroit. Claxton bouncing for Porter, double clutching and laying it up and laying it through. 20-point game. Jenkins across midcourt, dribbling with the right hand, dribbles between the legs, guarded out there at midcourt by a man. Jenkins taking measure, giving up for Robinson. He hops nowhere to go, leaves on a bounce for Jenkins, who races to the ball, picks it up, drives the baseline, shuffles it out for Sasser. No look pass in the corner for Robinson. Three is good at the buzzer. Duncan Robinson somehow got that three-pointer to drop, and that extends the Detroit lead to 23. And he was well guarded over in the corner by Porter. 2 threes already in this third quarter for Duncan Robinson. He's 3 for 3 from behind the stripe. Man, for Clowney, poked loose by Harris. Clowney recovers, drives right at Harris, and draws the contact. So a couple of free throws coming up for Noah Clowney. But the Nets once again find themselves in an uphill battle. Early here in the third quarter, they are down by 23 points. That's fought hard for a good portion of that game on Thursday night in Miami. They got blown out in the first matchup of the week against the Heat, but accounted for themselves much better in matchup number 2. But that game also got away from the Nets in the third quarter. They were outscored by Miami 66-54 in the second half on Thursday night. First free throw here by Clowney is good. The Nets were down 16 at the half. And 3 made threes have been a big part of the early third quarter attack for the Pistons. 2 of them made by Duncan Robinson. 2 free throws made by Noah Clowney. He has 10. Robinson has it on the left wing. Passes right inside for Duran, who all he had to do was scoop it and then put it through. Easy 2 for Jalen Duran. He has 11 points to go along with the 7 rebounds. Traore in trouble. Tried to throw it off of Sasser's legs and failed. A turnover on Traore. 14th turnover on the Nets. Sasser throws a pass inside. That's taken away. Porter the steal. Porter driving into a double team, goes all the way, and he scoops it through. Porter with 17 points. But the Nets down big, down 21. As the Pistons bring it into the front court. Black uniforms, lightning bolts along the sides of those uniforms. 8 to shoot for Detroit. Jenkins holds overhead, gives for Harris into the corner. Robinson fouled on the 3-point attempt, and it almost went down. Nolan Traore went up and ran into Robinson. And Duncan Robinson, who was saddled with foul trouble in the first half, has come out firing here in half number 2, and he'll have a chance here from the line to make 3. He is 3 for 3 from deep in this game. And Duncan Robinson will be looking for points 10, 11, and 12 as he steps to the line and makes the first free throw. Eighth-year pro who played at the University of Michigan. What a career he has crafted. This is a guy who had no Division I scholarship offers as a high schooler. And this is the second free throw. And one more coming here for Robinson as Nolan Traore takes a seat. 4 personal fouls on Traore, so he steps out. Danny Wolf on the floor now for the Nets. Robinson made 2 out of 3 from the line. The lead is 23 for the Pistons, who beat the Nets by 53 the last time these two teams met on February 1st. Wolf ball handling into the front court. Holding, still holding. Now gives up for Clowney. Claxton has it up behind the 3-point stripe. He's angled left, still has the bounce. Hands it off for Porter. Back for Claxton, left of the lane. Into the corner, Williams. 2 to shoot. Williams draws the contact with 9/10 of a second remaining on that shot clock, and it will be a shooting foul. It'll be Dennis Jenkins picking up his first, team's third, with 7:54 remaining in this third quarter of play. Williams on the line to shoot a pair. Nets are going to see the same Pistons team to close out the season series on Tuesday night in Brooklyn. Nets get off the road after this game. They fly back home like you and I will be doing. They will move those clocks ahead 1 hour tonight when they get back home. Nets will play a couple at home. Take on Memphis on Monday, and then the Pistons on Tuesday. Zaire Williams made the first and sets for the second, looking for his 12th point. Made them both, so he has a dozen. 3 Nets in double figures, 17 for Porter, 10 for Clowney. Now 12 for Zaire Williams, but the lead is 21 for the Pistons as Jenkins takes it into the aqua blue paint. Now the swing for Sasser. Backs up behind the stripe. Fires the 3 back rim. No good. Rebound contested. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jenkins. I've been watching Jenkins in recent games, and he has just appeared all out of sorts. But he certainly has found his rhythm here in this game tonight. There's a lot of energy and trying to regain that form. Landed him that standard NBA contract. Here's Claxton driving left to the lane with the left hand. He is short on the 10-footer. Duran has another rebound. Duran ball handling down the lane, and he is chopped up. So this will be a foul stopping the clock with 7:16 to go in this third quarter. Jalen Duran draws the foul, which was committed by Nick Claxton, his second. Third on the team. And here is Duran. Former first-round pick, 13th pick overall by the Hornets, ended up in Detroit. played 1 year in college at Memphis, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a challenge here.
Brooklyn's taking a timeout. The challenge are ruling of a defensive foul.
So we'll take a timeout as well. 7:16 remaining in the third quarter. Pistons 77, Nets 56 on the Fan. Sports Radio 101.9 FM and streaming on the Brooklyn. Here having Danny Wolf as the ball handler as Porter takes an elbow jumper very off the mark. Wide left. Harris up the left sideline. Tricky dribbling. Pushing out on Zaire Williams. They're bumping each other hard. Harris with a purpose spins into the lane, and 5-second violation is going to be called as score that one for the Nets. And Zaire Williams with a great defensive job. So the Nets get it back. Here is Clowney into the paint. Gives it for Wolf. Wolf putting it up, rattling out. No good. Duren with the rebound. He's getting close to another double-double. 11 points, 9 rebounds. Duren driving right past Claxton, and Claxton blocks his shot. And the Nets have it back. Here's Williams up the right side. Lost the handle and picked up by Jenkins. Turnover on the Nets is their 15th. Robinson puts on the brakes at the other end. Gives for Harris. He drives hard. Double clutching up and under. Missed it short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Detroit. And it goes back to the Nets after a sequence of bang-bang plays, including a nice block by Claxton, who earlier in this game broke a tie with Mike Jaminski. Now stands in 4th place by himself on the Nets all-time blocks list. He has 601 in his career. Porter Jr. misses the 3. Long rebound to Williams. Gives for Porter Jr., and he is fouled. Got off the shot, which did not drop. And Porter will go to the line to shoot a pair with 5:59 to go here in the third quarter. We are inside Little Caesars Arena. Nice crowd on hand here on the Saturday evening. This is also the home of the Detroit Red Wings. A lot of sports going on in this downtown Detroit area at any given time. Porter makes the first free throw. Little Caesars Arena opened in 2017. Sellout here is a little over 20,000. It looks like they're going to hit somewhere close to that number. Big house on hand to watch the Pistons and the Nets as Detroit is trying to stop a 2-game losing streak without their superstar Cade Cunningham. 2 out of 2 free throws made by Porter. He now has 19. Nets down 19. Jenkins has the head of the circle and throws it away. Clowney with an easy steal. Stepped in, keeps the dribble, goes to the other end, put it up, and put it through. So the Nets on a run. They've scored the last 6 in this game, and they're down by 17. Jenkins up the left sideline. Clowney all over him. Nets picking up the intensity here. A little too intense as Zaire Williams went diving for his steal and committed the foul. But the Nets really showing some hustle, some energy here, and certainly I think I'd make a safe bet on the fact you're not going to see anything close to what happened the last time these two teams played on February 1st when Detroit simply poleaxed the Nets that night, winning by 53. Nets showing some fight here in the third quarter. In fact, they are on a 10-4 run to chip away at that Detroit lead, which has been as large as 23. Sasser turns the corner, now arcs up a 3, rims in, rims out, but a rebound. Doran beat Wolf to it, put it up, and he missed the putback. And Porter has the rebound. Nets down 17 with the ball to our right in the white uniforms as Porter backs up, backdoor pass for Sharp, who has to come out and take the pass. He's double teamed. Now Sharp faces the hoop. He drives hard, kicks it out Wolf. Extra pass Porter. The fake, the drive, the stutter step, and then he threw it away. He got caught in no man's land. Sasser the steal, gives it for Karis LeVert ahead. Sasser now gets it back and gives for Stewart. The 3 is good. Isaiah Stewart from deep puts the Pistons up by 20 with 4:38 to go in the third quarter. 80-60 Pistons. Williams behind the three-point arc, up top, straightaway, gives from Porter. Drives right of the lane. He fakes. Now it's to Sharp. Sharp on the left elbow. Flips it out for Porter. Puts up the 3. Right side of the rim, no good. Wolf there to put it back up and put it through. And Danny Wolf has his first 2 of the game after he went scoreless on Thursday night in Miami. 80-62, Nets down 18. Duran drifting to the right, handing for LeVert. 3-pointer, way off. Porter has the rebound. His 7th of the game to go with 19 points. Zaire Williams open for a 3. Swishes it home. And that leads to a Detroit timeout. J.B. Bickerstaff wants to talk it over. Nets have climbed to within 15, and tonight they've trailed by as many as 23. 3:52 to go in the quarter, with the Pistons leading Brooklyn 80-65 on the Fan Sports Radio 101.
your wings were outside. Now
The former net played 4 seasons with Brooklyn, has it in midcourt, up the left sideline, dribbling with the right hand, 8 to shoot. Levert curling to the top. Now throws a pass for Holland in the lane, and his pass is taken away by Sharp. Let's have it back. 10 turnover in the Pistons as Danny Wolf gives for Sharp and then lost the ball. Wow, that would have been an impressive transition hoop for the Nets following that Detroit turnover. The Nets with the steal, and Sharp dropped the soap. 15-point Detroit advantage, and they get the ball back to our left in the black uniforms with the white lettering, white numbers. Marcus Sasser, left side, gives it up for Holland. Driving, having the shot blocked from behind by Danny Wolf, and off a deflection. Wolf has it back. Nets driving with Wolf down the lane, puts it up on the reverse and puts it through, and the run continues for the Nets. They are down 13. 7 unanswered Brooklyn points. They trail 80-67 with under 3 to go in quarter 3. Levert on the left wing, stutter steps, has it straight away, gives up for Holland, arcs up the 3, front rim no good. Nets have it back. Here is Porter across midcourt. Porter, fastball to the left side for Wolf. Wolf working to the left side of the lane where he is defended well, so he gets rid of it in the corner for Abaji, who missed the 3, but the weak side rebound grabbed by Porter, and he puts it up and through, and the ball gets loose, and the Nets now down 11. 9 straight points for Brooklyn. They were down 23 earlier in this quarter. And we have a game, 80-69, Pistons. Harris driving, defended well, and the pass goes to Holland. It gets knocked out of bounds with the last touch. The Nets, they say it was last touched by Detroit. The indication is Pistons basketball. Kevin Herter checks into the game. Danish Jenkins back on the floor. Remember, this is a Pistons team that is trying to get by in this game without the All-Star Cade Cunningham and without Asar Thompson. The inbound goes to Levert. Flicks it up high for Jenkins. 3 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Back rim. Nets have the rebound. And a chance to continue this run. They have scored 9 in a row. And they're down by 11. One bounce for Porter. Double clutching. Has the shot blocked. Got it back. Has it blocked again inside. And he loses it to Jenkins. To the trailer Herter. Puts on the brakes. One bouncing down low for Isaiah Stewart. Nets were claiming that Herter traveled on that last play. But it's going to be a Brooklyn foul. And it's a shooting foul on Zaire Williams. So Stewart will go to the line, and he will try to end this Nets run with 1:36 to go in this third quarter. It was 73-50 Detroit earlier in this quarter. But since then, this game has belonged to the Nets until that Isaiah Stewart free throw, which just went down and through. The Nets had fashioned a 19-7 run to get right back into this game. And they had scored 9 unanswered before that free throw from Stewart. And one more coming for Beef Stew. We made them both. 82-69. Nets down 13, trying to keep this energy up high as Clowney drives the left of the lane. Guarded by a Herter. Clowney turns, loses the ball, went out of bounds, and is deflected by a Herter. So it was last touched by Detroit, and it will be Brooklyn basketball with 12 to shoot, 1:24 to go in this third quarter. 82-69. Pistons lead the Nets as Clowney gets ready to trigger from the baseline. Right side of his basket. Holds high overhead. High arcing past the midcourt. Knocked away by Levert. A steal. Here's Herter ahead of the field. Two-handed dunk. So a costly turnover there for the Nets. Their 17th of the game. Leads to an easy 2 for Detroit, and they lead it by 15. Sharp dribbles to his right. Gives up for Wolf. He takes it down the lane. Inside for Sharp. Puts it up over Stewart and scores. They were on Sharp. Strong underneath. 84-71. Nets down 13, under a minute to go in the third quarter. LeVert. Stewart now has it. Around the perimeter, toward the right side. LeVert dribbling low with the right hand to the blocks. Passes inside and thrown away. Sharp with the steal. Then he could not keep control up the floor. Lost it in midcourt. And it will go back to Detroit, but that was this close to being another turnover and possible transition bucket possibility for Sharp and the Nets. But Sharp couldn't control, so the Pistons will inbound from midcourt as Herter bounces it in for Stewart. Back for Herter. Wheels to his right. Backs up with one to shoot. Puts up a three. Nothing but air. That's a shot clock violation on Detroit. And it will go back to the Nets with 34 9/10 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 11 turnovers now on Detroit. 17 on the Nets. And Brooklyn will inbound to the backcourt. Day'Ron Sharp gets a nice welcome back to the bench. Handshakes up and down the bench as he comes out. Here's Danny Wolf, right of the lane, puts it up on the run. Late whistle. It's going to be a Detroit foul. That sends Wolf to the line to shoot two. Our officiating crew, Tyler Ford, he's the crew chief. Sean Corbin and Beneam Maru. And Danny Wolf will go to the line after being fouled by Karis LeVert. First by Wolf is good. Nolan Traore exited this game in the third quarter with 4 fouls. Wolf came in at that point, and he's been good. Also back on an off night on Thursday in Miami. And here, Danny Wolf makes them both. The Nets were down 23 in this quarter, and it's an 11-point Detroit lead as they have the ball across midcourt. 4-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Shot clock has ticked down to 10. Jenkins in midcourt. Wheels to his right, hesitates, passes cross court to Herter. Drives the blocks, puts it up on the run, no good. Rebound, ricochets into the hands of Zaire Williams. 3, 2, 1. Williams puts it up at the horn, hits the side rim, no good. Third quarter has come to an end, and the Nets have come back. They were down by as many as 23 earlier in the quarter, but as we get ready to start the fourth, it's an 11-point game. Pistons 84, Nets 73 on the Fan. Sports Radio 101.9 FM and streaming on the Brooklyn Nets. TV tonight along with the capper, Tim Castro. You will hear from Tim in the postgame show. You can send your comments to him on X, on Twitter at BK Nets Radio. Join us postgame as the Nets try to end the 10-game losing streak. Have the ball, down 11 to start the fourth. Wolf gives it for Williams. He puts up a jumper off the side rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Stewart. Now they give for Jenkins off the left sideline. Jenkins throws it over to Holland. Back for Jenkins. It's late catch. Herter on the wing. Herter to the foul line. Giving for Jenkins. Splitting the double team. Dumping inside for Holland. Scoops it up and scoops it through. That was a good draw and then dumped there by Jenkins. Holland scores to make it 86-73. Detroit. 13-point lead for the Pistons. Just underway in the fourth. Claxton has it. Left side of the circle. Claxton taking it to the top. Hands off for Abaji. Abaji guarded by Herter. Is picked off by Claxton. So Abaji fires. He misses. It rattled in and out. Stewart has the rebound. Now for Tobias Harris. Brings up the right sideline. Harris to Jenkins on top. He straight away and feeds it to Harris on the right wing. Hard to the paint. Put it up and he was fouled. The shot went through and Harris will get a possible three-point play. He felt the contact, just let it go, and it dropped. And the foul is on Clowney. That'll send Tobias Harris to the line to shoot a free throw to try to complete the three-point play. Just underway in the fourth quarter as Harris will try and extend this run to open the fourth period to 5 unanswered. Harris, 33 years old, 15th year in the league, makes the free throw. So the lead is 16 for the Pistons as they open this fourth quarter with 5 straight. Claxton, dribble handoff to Clowney. Clowney, the runner no good, high off of the glass. He thought he was fouled. Here come the Pistons. Jordy Fernandez incensed on that non-call as Stewart takes it inside and he is fouled by Terrence Mann. Jordy Fernandez letting Sean Corbin hear his opinion on that last non-call. Noah Clowney wondering where the whistle was. And Isaiah Stewart steps to the line. I mentioned that he returned on Tuesday from the 7-game suspension that he earned by leaving the bench during a altercation involving Jalen Duren and Charlotte Moussa Diabate. The Pistons went 6-1 without him. He made the first free throw. That'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 10:20 to go in the fourth quarter. The Pistons lead the Nets 90-73 on the Fan Sports Radio 1. Astroff. It's whom will be joining us in the Brooklyn Nets post-game show, taking your comments on Twitter or X at BK Nets Radio. Isaiah Stewart out of the timeout will take the second free throw. The first 6 points of this fourth quarter belong to the Pistons after the Nets had taken a 23-point hole and find out of half of it. They were down 11 to start this fourth quarter. Stewart misses the second free throws. They're down 17 as we speak from courtside at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where it was an unseasonable 61 degrees today. Noah Clowney will go to the line after being fouled on a driving attempt, and he will have an opportunity to score the first 2 points of this fourth quarter for the Nets, who return home on Monday to play Memphis. And that game will be followed on Tuesday night with the rematch against the same Pistons. Detroit trying to beat the Nets for the third straight time this season. It most recently was an historic victory for Detroit. 53-point win over Brooklyn on February 1st was the largest margin of victory in their franchise history. But the Nets have put up a much stiffer fight here tonight. Nets looked like they were teetering in the third quarter. Fought back, played one of their better quarters of recent games, outscoring the Pistons 27-22 in that third quarter. But these Clowney free throws are the first points of the fourth quarter for the Nets. He made them both, 90-75. Nets will pick up full court. Javonte Green has the ball and gives up for Holland. He checks it in to the front court with a pass to Jenkins. Now to Stewart. Underhand handoff for Jenkins. Drives hard. Loops the pass to Green. Touch pass outside where the three-pointer is missed and goes out of bounds. And Green's shot got knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to Detroit. So 14 to shoot here for the Pistons. And without Kate Cunningham, without Asar Thompson, the Nets for the fourth straight game are without Yegor Dioman. He's dealing with that plantar fascia. No real timetable on him at this point. Danish Jenkins speeding down the left side, now fades back for a difficult shot. Nothing but oxygen on that one. Caught by Clowney. Bad shot, and the Nets have it back. With man, no look pass for Abaji. Gives for Clowney. Driving hard, left block. Puts on the brakes, defended by Green. Now he does wheel and scores. Nice fake by Clowney. And the jump hook went through. And then the technical foul is going to be called on the Nets. I don't know who they got. Let's see. So a technical foul on Noah Clowney. After Clowney made that layup. More of a jump hook in traffic. Quite clearly he thought he was fouled. Then he had something to say to the official. And he said the wrong word. And he got teed up. And the Pistons cash in on the technical as Kevin Huerter made the free throw. So it's a 14-point game, 91-77. Pistons have the lead. They have the ball. Huerter, one of the new Pistons, bounces it for Stewart. Dribbles to the left hand. Hands it off for Green. Down the right side of the lane. Steps into the paint. Has his shot rejected by Claxton. Another block for Nick Claxton. His third of the game. He has the ball at the other end. Pump fakes in traffic. It's chopped up. Late whistle. Jordy Fernandez perplexed in midcourt. I want to see what the call is on here. All right, we said he was chopped up. He was chopped up. I'm looking at the replay, and Stewart ripped down on Claxton's arms. Instead, the ball went out of bounds with no foul called. In the possession of Brooklyn. Stewart saying, I got all ball. The eye in the sky don't lie. We saw the replay. But no call, and now there is a foul call as Ron Holland got a piece of Porter as the Nets were trying to inbound. Holland's third, team second. will do it again on the inbounds, this time from the near sideline with 8:41 to go in the fourth quarter. 91-77. Pistons lead the Nets. Jordi Fernandez at center court in front of us. He is just beside himself. Now another whistle. This will be another Detroit foul. And Zaire Williams will go to the line to shoot two. I said Jordy was beside himself. He wasn't being demonstrative, but he was right in front of us with his back to the floor and kind of muttering to himself about not only that one non-call on Stewart. There have been a number of instances where the Nets have had some trouble with this crew tonight of Tyler Ford, Sean Corbin, and Benia Maru. Williams makes the first free throw. Looking at Cade Cunningham, looking dashing in the street clothes on the sideline. He'll look a lot better for the Pistons when he's back in his game uniform, and they're hoping maybe tomorrow night. After this game, the Pistons go down the charter and fly down to where the Nets just were. Miami. Nice down there. 2 out of 2 free throws for Williams. It's only a 12-point deficit for the Nets. A lot of time, 8:25 remaining. Nets with some great defense here. Pistons in trouble, but then they're bailed out. Pass went into the corner where the contact occurred. It was Javonte Green who took a pass. And the foul on Zaire Williams. That's his 5th. And Williams has once again been stellar off the bench in this game for the Nets with 17 points, 8 out of 8 from the free throw line, which tells you about his aggressiveness in this game. He's made 3 threes, but he has 5 fouls. Stays on the floor with the 5 fouls. That was a non-shooting foul. And the Pistons inbound. Sasser for Stewart. One bouncing underneath for Green. Has it rejected by Porter. What a great defensive play by MPJ. And the Nets have it back, down by a dozen. Porter throws it down low for Claxton. He gathers with the left hand. Up and no good off of the front rim. That would have been a big basket for the Nets. Instead, the Pistons dodge that bullet. Sasser dribbling around the right side, drives the paint, loops the pass for Holland, who gathers it in, drives baseline, and misses the layup, and Porter has the rebound. And then he is tripped up from behind by Holland. That's wondering whether that should have been called a fake foul. But it is a foul on Holland. That is the 4th on Detroit with 7:45 to go in this third quarter. So the Pistons misfiring in this game. A 23-point lead in the third quarter, a 12-point lead here in the fourth, and the Nets have possession at midcourt with Porter, Clowney, Claxton, Mann, and Williams on the floor. Nolan Traore has not seen much run since he picked up his 4th foul. In fact, he hasn't been in the game since he picked up that 4th in the third quarter. Here is Sharp, up high, one bouncing Porter going back door, and he lays it in. Michael Porter Jr. with the lay-in that draws the Nets to within 10. And after the basket, whistle blew, and not quite sure why they stopped playing that instance. But it's going to be a foul, as I see. Okay, they call a foul on Terrence Mann. But it is a basket that draws the Nets to within 10. Porter's having a great game. He has 23 points. And a foul this time at the Detroit end. That last foul on Mann came in the Detroit backcourt following the Porter basket. This foul puts the Nets in the penalty. With 7:23, a lot of time remaining for the Nets to be in the penalty here early in the fourth quarter. And Duncan Robinson on the line, shooting in the penalty, makes the first free throw. As mentioned, Porter Jr., 23 points. He did not play on February 1st when the Nets got blown out by the Pistons. 2 out of 2 for Robinson. Porter's playing tonight. He's making a difference. Nets trying to continue this comeback. Porter has the ball, puts up a 3, and banks it through. Porter Jr. knocks it in off of the glass, and it's 93-84. Nets are down 9. At the other end, Sasser fakes a 3. They swing it to Harris for a 3. Too long, and Clowney has the rebound. Nets look to keep on coming. Here's Clowney down the lane. The runner no good, and Duran has the rebound. Outlets it for Sasser. Sasser across midcourt. Takes it straight away, and now starts his dribble and puts it up, and it rolls out. Duran the rebound. Goes to put it back up and drew the foul. Jalen Duran, who is a physical specimen at 6'10" and 270 pounds. One of the top rebounders in this league. That time outfought a couple of Nets. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons have not been good from the free throw line tonight. Very pedestrian, 19 for 27. And here is Duran with a pair coming after being fouled by Clowney. His second. A lot of time, 6:39 remaining as Duran makes the first free throw. Once the Nets were down by 23 early in the third quarter, a lot of people in this arena must have thought they were going to see more of the same. Harkening back to that February 1st game when the Pistons just rolled over the Nets. Well, the Nets not getting rolled over tonight. They are showing a lot of fight. Pistons, of course, handicapped with the loss of Cade Cunningham, the contusion. LSR Thompson. But that did not prevent them from building that big lead, which is now 11, as Duran makes both free throws. 95-84, Detroit. Porter double team, gets rid of it for Mann. The sellout crowd chanting defense as Sharp is left open for a 3, and he hits it. Day'Ron Sharp, of all people, hits a three-pointer. And with 6:15 to go, it's 95-87. Detroit's lead is dwindling. Harris on the left wing, palms the ball, holds it low, dribbles toward the left side of the baseline. 5 to shoot. Harris 1-on-1 on Williams, who has 5 fouls. Harris knows it, and he scores. Took it right to the front of the rim and dropped it through. 10-point lead for the Pistons. At the other end, Mann soars for a layup as he put it in on the finger roll. So unchecked, Terrence Mann answers right back, and it's 97-89. And the Nets are down 8 with 5:35 to go. Robinson bouncing for Duran. On Wolf, drives hard and scores with the left hand. Pistons by 10 with 5:25 remaining. Mann up the left sideline. 99-89. Brooklyn down 10 with the ball to our right. Sharp gives it for Porter. Back for Sharp inside. Good pass for Wolf. And he's fouled by Harris, and Danny Wolf will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws with 5:13 remaining. Harris with the hard foul, and Wolf to the line to shoot 2. With plenty of time left in this game. And the Nets just keep on coming and refusing to fold here at the hands of the Eastern Conference leaders. Pistons 45-16. They lead the East by 4 over Boston. And they led this game by as many as 23 points. But the first free throw by Wolf is good. Pistons won a little over a month ago, 130-77. Wolf made both free throws. 8-point game, 99-91. Nets will set up the pressure. They pick up man-to-man full court. Zaire Williams remains on the floor with the 5 fouls. He's been great tonight. Here's Mann defending Jenkins. Now the pass for Robinson. Duran left of the lane, bullying his way inside, missing the shot underneath. Sharp had the rebound, then lost it, and it ends up in the hands of Javonte Green, who missed the dunk. And the Nets have it back with Mann driving right at Robinson, putting it up, no good. Sharp followed it up and put it back through on the second try. Sharp missed the first tip, the second went down, and the Nets are down 6 with 4:38 remaining. Here's Jenkins in midcourt, along the left sideline. Gives it for Harris. He's deep on the left side, bodying up on Porter, who shoots it up and puts it through. Tobias Harris with a tough shot over Porter to make it 101-93. Pistons lead it by 8 with 4:14 to go. Whistle blew on a pass as Javonte Green was holding Porter. Sharp tried to find Porter. Now this group has been really good for the Nets. Porter and Mann, along with Sharp and Williams and Wolf. And here is Porter, 26 points for the Nets' leading scorer, and the first free throw is good. And Porter Jr. closing in on yet another 30-point game. Makes both free throws. Nets down 6 to the Pistons with 4:12 remaining. 101-95 Detroit. As Jenkins comes up the left sideline. Jenkins straight away. Jenkins backing up behind the stripe. One bouncing Harris, 15-footer, way off the mark. Rebound poked around. Who's going to grab it? It's the Pistons with Green giving up on the side for Duncan Robinson. Jumps, passes inside for Duran, who just puts it through from right in front of the hoop to make it 103-95 Detroit. Duran now has 17 to go along with 11 rebounds. 3:35 remaining, so time becoming a factor now. Sharp hands off for Porter. Quick trigger three off the back rim. High rebound. Sharp has it, and Sharp puts it back up and through. He has been a monster off the boards. Now has 6 rebounds to go along with his 11th point. That brings the Nets to within 6. 103-97. And a cross-court pass by the Pistons is thrown away. Terrible turnover on Danish Jenkins. And the Nets have it back with 3:13 remaining. Down by 6 on a night they trailed in the second half by as many as 23. Man, for Sharp. Sharp gives up for Porter. Porter toward the free throw line. Lost a dribble, but picked up by Sharp underneath. Puts it back up and in. Sharp is everywhere right now. And he draws the Nets to within 4. 103-99. A near turnover turns into 2 more for De'Ron Sharp, who has 13. Pistons have it to our left. And contact and an offensive foul is going to be called on Detroit. Fouls on Tobias Harris, which brings us to a timeout. And with 2:40 to go, the Nets are in great position to maybe pull off a stunner. Pistons lead at 103-99 on the Fan, Sports Radio 101.9 FM, and streaming on the Brooklyn Nets app.
Don't open up my mind. There won't be this from behind. They wanna peek inside. Peek inside my mind. Had to clean up all her mess. And burn the vintage dress. 45 till I die. Wow, I set my house on fire. Break the chains, I'm coming through. Try to catch me, now you fools. Ask me twice, won't blink my eyes. 'Cause this is my life. Have right, ride or die. my life's with me too, but see, I'm the saint of play pretend. I'm gonna walk away with my head up straight.
Zap just trying to pull off the stunner as they get the ball out of the timeout. With 2:35 to go, trailing 103-99. Here's Dayron Sharp on top, bouncing with the right hand. He's had a great game tonight. Hands it off for Mann. Mann at the foul line. Now to the elbow. Gives for Wolf. 5 to shoot. Mann gets it back. Left sideline. Mann holds low. 3 to shoot. To give for Wolf. Now over to Williams for a 3. It's good! Zaire Williams hits a 3, and the Nets are down 1 with 2:10 remaining. They worked it right down to the shot clock buzzer and beat the buzzer. Williams with 20. What a bucket for him, as the Pistons are now trying to hang on for dear life. They have it to our left with Robinson. Straight away, Robinson dribbling with the right hand. They give for Jenkins. Under 2 remaining. Jenkins stutter stepping, passing, and almost throwing it away as Porter had it and then couldn't corral it. It goes out of bounds, and it belongs to Detroit with 1.5 seconds on the shot clock. So the Pistons have just a tick and a half here, clinging to a 1-point lead with 1:46 remaining. Jenkins will, from the coffin corner, inbound, looking, having trouble. One bouncing. Duran underneath, has a shot blocked by Terrence Mann, and a shot clock violation. Mann comes up with the block shot, and the Nets have it back with a chance to take the lead with 1:44 remaining. Here's Mann in the backcourt, guarded by Jenkins. Mann up the right side. Mann for Sharp. Now they throw it over for Porter on the 3. Off the mark. Wolf the rebound. Wolf keeps it alive for Williams. Puts up a 3. And it's good! And the Nets are in front with 1:28 remaining. 105-103. And the crowd, you can hear them buzzing. They cannot believe what they're seeing. The Pistons now down a couple as Jenkins drives the lane. Gives it for Green. Now to Robinson, the 3 for the tie. No good! And Mann has the rebound. And the Nets, with 107 remaining, have the ball in the 2-point lead. Mann bouncing for Dayron Sharp. Sharp on top, behind the stripe. Goes to the back door for Porter. He's open. He put it up. He missed, but he was fouled. Michael Porter Jr. will go to the line with an opportunity here to extend this Nets lead with 53 and 7/10 seconds remaining. The Nets are on a 10-0 run. It was 103-95 Detroit. But since that point in the game, and the Pistons went up 103-95, it has been all Nets. The Pistons went up 103-95 with a little less than 3.5 remaining. Porter has made the first free throw. Porter has made the second free throw. And the Nets lead it by 4. They have shut out the Pistons over the last 2+ minutes of this game. And Porter now has an even 30 points to go along with 13 rebounds. So who saw this coming? Stand up and raise your hand. The Nets trying to stop a 10-game losing streak, matched up on the road against the best team in the East all season long. One of the teams considered a favorite, perhaps, to win it all. They are without Cade Cunningham. They are without Asar Thompson. But the fact is, the Pistons had a 23-point lead with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. And at that time in the game, you wouldn't have been blamed if you thought it was lights out for the Nets. But instead, they kept fighting. They had a great third quarter. And in this fourth quarter, they have outscored the Pistons 34-19. And they have scored the last 12 in this game. They take an 8-point deficit with about 3.5 remaining and completely flip it and turned it into a 4-point lead.
Stripes and gun range, bodyguards at every doorway. Civil rights to sustain this peace over Wahala. If we had to fight, we had to die. That's why we ain't seen another Thomas Sankara. Who are you when you can change all the fortunes of your people? I'm tired too, I used to blame Western forces of evil. I'm tired too,
Javonte Green on the floor along with Duncan Robinson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, and Danis Jenkins. Green being harassed by Wolf. He bounces it in for Robinson. Robinson driving hard at Zaire Williams. Double pump fakes and draws the contact. Who are they going to get on the foul is the question. And it is going to be Danny Wolf, not Zaire Williams, who has been a big, big part of this comeback, despite the fact that he's been playing for a long while now with 5 fouls. Williams has 23 points off of the bench. Here's Duncan Robinson shooting a pair of free throws with 49 seconds remaining and makes the first. So that ends the Nets' run. It was a 12-0 run by the Nets. It's now a 3-point game with one more coming for Robinson. And it's a 2-point game as Duncan Robinson makes them both. 107-105. The Nets have the lead. They have the ball with 49 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Here comes Day'Ron Sharpe, who's been just superb in this game for the Nets. Sharpe being guarded tightly by Duren. Sharpe halts the dribble. He looks. He hands it off for Williams. And they're going to go the other way. Whistle blew. Nope. Timeout. Timeout. Initial indication, the crowd read it as if there had been a foul called, but
no fear, I test my fate, no.
Five to shoot. Sharpe bouncing around, gives it up for Wolf. 2 to shoot. Wolf falls down, went to throw the pass, and it was deflected out of bounds by the Pistons with 0.2 of a second showing on the shot clock. So with 0.2, Nets really can't do anything here. So Man throws it into Porter, and the buzzer goes off, so the Pistons get the ball back. So essentially when Wolf fell down and had the ball deflected out of bounds off of Detroit, that was pretty much a turnover at that point, and a timeout is called. So Detroit now calls for a timeout with 25 and 1/10 seconds remaining. Zaire Williams has been high energy all night long, and Michael Porter Jr., as he has done so often for the Nets this season, has handled the bulk of the individual scoring load. He has 30. That's one of the best defensive players in the NBA, in Asar Thompson. But as we've been pointing out, Pistons led this game by 23 points in the third. Two-point Nets lead, 25 seconds to go. Herder throws it in for Robinson. Robinson dribbles to the wing, hands it right back to Herder. Herder, a lead for Jenkins on the one bounce. Jenkins stutter stepping, drives right at Williams, pulls back, shoots. It's knocked away, and Sharp comes away with the rebound, and he has it in the backcourt. And a timeout called by Jordi Fernandez. Sharp with the rebound, gave it up for Clowney, who had the ball when the timeout was called. And the Nets will call for a timeout. And with 9 and 1/10 seconds remaining, some of the fans here, some of them, are headed to the exits. That's a mistake because this game is not over. We have seen much stranger things happen in the NBA. But the Nets are in great position here. Nets did a good job on that last possession as they came away with the ball after the Detroit miss. The play completely bogged down for Detroit. Day'Ron Sharp pulled down the rebound, and that was his 7th of the game. The 5 on the floor right now for the Nets are Terrence Mann, Nick Claxton, Noah Clowney, Day'Ron Sharp, and Zaire Williams. Jordi Fernandez. The ball. Williams tosses it in to Clowney, who lost the handle and turned it over. Clowney was headed toward the hoop and then dropped it. He had it and then lost it out of bounds. Oh, what a turn of events there. As Noah Clowney was ahead of the field when he took that pass and then just mishandled and turned it over with 7.3 seconds to go. And so neither team has a time.